Hello and welcome to the 13 Moons journey. My name is Amber and I'm the facilitator of these women's circles. I wanted to create a space for women to come and create community, but knowing that there is something there regularly for them. I'm a mum of two myself, and it's hard to know when I'm going to have that time for myself, just to relax, to talk to people, not necessarily to do things. So every month we are going to do things, but don't feel the pressure to have to. If you want to come and just have a hot drink and a chat, that's completely fine. We do a meditation to have some relaxation. We have a chat, we do some journaling, and usually some kind of activity based on the month's theme. The theme is what I want to talk about most in this video. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible. So for those that aren't really interested, it's fine. If you are interested, we can dive deeper when I meet you in person, or I can send more resources, and you will get more resources in emails as a follow-up to your first circle. I just don't want to have to repeat the same information at the start of every circle, so that's why I'm doing it in a video. I'm trying to do it all at once, trying to keep it short, so we'll see how it ends up. There are 13 lunar cycles in one calendar year, so that's why we're called the 13 Moons journey. We started with a welcoming circle and we'll end with a closing circle, and that left 11 moons in between. And I knew that this had to be a year-long event, and in the beginning I didn't know what those 11 were going to be. And then I attended a workshop which was about the 11 moon centers of a woman, and that fit perfectly, right? 11 moons and 11 moon centers. So what are they? It's a Kundalini yoga teaching, and it focuses on that women have 11 centers of their body that match to a physical trait. So you do get a list of all these, so you don't have to remember them. But our first one was hairline, eyebrows. So there's a physical center, but it's linked to an emotion, a trait. And if you learn about your cycle, you can tap into those energies and all these wonderful things. So we are going to learn about them very loosely. So the first one, hairline, is intuition. So we did things like playing with oracle cards and learning about intuition, and how do you know what is your intuition versus what are your fears. It is also linked to fears, so we did a fear release and things like that. So I'm trying to have it loosely based, keep it fun. But the thing with these 11 moon centers, we do have the moon phases, which I have behind me. The moon phases in the sky are very predictable, and they tie into our energy as well. So you can look in the sky, you can look at a calendar and go, it's the new moon, I'm going to feel like being antisocial, not have much energy kind of vibe. You then know in a few weeks it's going to be the full moon. Full moon, you're more flirty and social, and it's a good time to do presentations and things like that. So there's a predictability to it. The moon cycle in the sky is the same always. We then have energies within women with our menstrual cycle. If you went back in the day when we didn't have electricity, when we were all around each other, it was most likely that women would ovulate on the full moon and bleed with the new moon. And you can see how I explained before, those energies, maybe when you have your period, you feel a bit down and introverted and low energy. So that's kind of similar, but you can have your period and be on a full moon, and then those energies kind of maybe clash a little bit. So there's those energies, but there's, again, with your period, there is a little bit of a predictability to it. You might have a longer cycle or a shorter cycle month to month, but we know that ovulation is going to happen, and then you will bleed roughly 2 weeks later, but you can track your cycle again and you can harness those energies. The 11 moon centers is when I learned about it. I was like, this is frustrating, because each woman is completely different. I cannot sit here and say this is how you flow through them, because every woman is different. It starts at the moment of conception, We cycle through each moon center every 2.5 days. And it can be thrown off by traumatic events, but my cycle is going to be different to yours. And there is not much of a physical sign. So with ovulation, we can track mucus. And bleeding, we can physically see if that happens for us. But the 11 moon centers, it's a lot about intuition. So that's why intuition was a really good one to start with for us in our circles. So it's intuition based, it's being very aware of your body, that you can track, you can get really into it and learn your cycle through the moon centers. But I don't want to give women another task that you have to do. So we'll be giving you a tracker and the information if you want to, but do not feel like you have to. I do not want to add something else to your plate. My focus is to make this a fun little way and a theme to just carry us through the year, so that I have a way to drive us, different fun things we can do. And I'm a compulsive workshopper. I've done so many things. I'm a birth doula. I've done sound healing. I've done birth art, like all these things that I really want to kind of bring it into something. So throughout the year, we're going to be doing arts and crafts. We're going to be doing sound healing. We're going to be doing dancing. We're going to be doing a bunch of different things to tie it in together. And I would love if you come to lots of these to make connections with women, make connections with yourself, and just have fun for a year. We've had some shitty years in the past couple of years with world events. So it's time to have that time for yourself now and to just have fun with it. Maybe if you learn something about yourself and this changes the course of your life or the course of your body autonomy, that is great. I love that for you. But, everyone will get what they need to get out of it. I hope I've covered. I'm watching the timer. I'm like, this is getting longer and longer. I was trying to aim for this to be a short video. But we will discuss this more. I'm happy to talk more about this one-on-one at your first circle. But I just wanted to let you know what the 11 moon centers are and why I want to do these circles. So I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. If you have any questions, if you have any allergies or information that you want me to be aware of before you come to your first circle, just send me an email. Do not stress if you do not have the things on the list. I've put, if you would like to bring a yoga mat to lay down while we do our meditation and relaxation, you can. You don't have to. If you forget your pen or your journal a month, that is completely fine. Don't stress. Come with love. Come with good intentions, and they will come back to you. Can't wait to see you. Thanks.